It's all right, I'll keep that in. It's not very good. Oh. Today we are in the kitchen, and I thought, what better way to learn some new vocabulary, so some kitchen vocabulary, than making some cookies. We are going to bake and learn some new verbs and new words. So I am in my kitchen outfit, prepared and ready. This is called an apron. An apron. An apron. It's all right, I'll keep that in. An apron. This is called an apron, or an apron if you want to be very British. And this is for protecting, for some food, to stop it from getting on your clothing. Okay, so let's get started and I will show you some of the ingredients. So first, on our worktop in the kitchen, we have gathered our ingredients. So our ingredients are things that we are using to bake or make what we are making. So let's have a look at what we have. So we have some butter, we have vanilla extracts, we've got chocolate chips, we have flour, or flour if you want to have a very English accent, an egg, and plenty of sugar, and a little bit of salt and something called baking powder. So just a word of warning, so a little point, I am not experienced in the kitchen. I don't really cook, I don't bake, and today we will be doing baking. So let's learn together. This may not turn out well, but let's try. Okay, so our first step, we're going to be using this mixer after we measure some of the ingredients, and we are going to mix butter and sugar. So what two of the main ingredients for cookies, butter and sugar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly measure out some butter, make sure I've got the right amount. I think it's about 115 grams of butter. Put it into the mixer or the mixing bowl, and then measure some sugar, some brown and light sugar, and also put them into the bowl and then mix it. Okay, so I decided to cut up the butter to make it easier to mix. Yes, I am a professional baker. Okay, so yeah, now we will do the sugar. So I'm gonna measure it out. I've got my recipe here. This is called a scale, and we use it to weigh or measure out ingredients. So I'm going to weigh 50 grams of sugar. So I'm trying to do this with one hand while I record with the other. Okay, so now we've got it in the bowl, the first steps, and we are going to mix it. So I'm going to try and use this mixer. I've never used this mixer before, so let me show you. This, I would call it in English a mixer, and it mixes ingredients together. So let's give it a try and see how it works. Now that the mixer is closed, I'm going to switch it on at the wall, and we have to turn on the mixer and mix these ingredients, let's close this, for 2 to 3 minutes. So let's go. So now we've mixed the first ingredients, we're going to add an egg and some vanilla extract. I don't even know how to explain what that is because I don't even understand, but I think it's vanilla flavoring, so vanilla flavor. So I'm gonna crack this egg. First I will open the lid here. I'll crack this egg and try not to get any shells. Looks good. That's in. Are you recording this? Okay, so we're gonna not recycle, but into compost for food bin. Good for environment. And once again, we are going to mix our ingredients. Okay, so that looks nice and mixed to me, I hope. And now we're going to mix our dry ingredients. So the flour. So flour is the stuff that's made from wheat. 1 second, let me open this. That's the white kind of powder. and then baking powder, as well as some salt. So I'm gonna weigh them and put with the scales. So I'm gonna measure them with the scales or weigh them, and I'm gonna put them into the mixer and we're gonna mix again. Put that much. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is switch the oven on to 180 degrees just to preheat and prepare the temperature for the cookies. Okay, so one of our final steps is to add the chocolate chips. So I don't actually have enough according to the recipe, but I've got 100 grams of dark chocolate chips. But of course, you can use any type of chocolate that you like. So I'm gonna add those into the mixer and then mix the chocolate chips into the cookie dough mixture. Okay, so now time to get our cookies on what we call a baking tray. So this is a baking tray, and we're going to put some baking paper. So it's quite easy. Most of the words use baking before them and what it is. So this is paper for baking. This is a tray for baking. So baking paper, baking tray. Ooh, so you can see our nice cookie dough with the chocolate chips for it. So it's looking pretty much ready to put onto our baking trays. So this is a scooper, a potato scooper or an ice cream scooper, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to use this to scoop out the cookies. And then you push together, it gives you a nice little circle. And now I'm going to do that for the rest of the baking trays. Perfect. So we have our cookies. It's worked out at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cookies. So plenty of cookies. Last time I made double the portion, so I had around 18 cookies. So we're gonna put these in the oven for approximately 11 to 13 minutes. So let's do that. So let's open the oven door and place the baking tray inside. All right, let's check these cookies out. I'm not sure how they've turned out, but we'll have a look. Okay, so maybe not as brown as I would have liked, but they look okay. Oh, it burns. This glove is not very good. Oh, you're still filming it? It's just this glove is not very good at protecting against the heat. But it's nice design. Okay, I need to, and the second one. Okay. And we're gonna let these cool down a little bit, and then I'm gonna lift the cookies onto the metal tray to cool down a bit more, and we'll do a taste test. So I'll be back with a taste test of the cookie. Look at these tasty cookies. So I think it's turned out quite well. The cookies look quite nice. Let's give it a try. So this one's broken, so I'm gonna use it to test. We'll bite a bit off here. Okay, so first taste test of our cookies. So I'm going to take a bite of the cookie. Very tasty. Nice and crunchy, very sugary. Very nice. I'm gonna eat even more. So thank you for watching. I hope your cookies turned out nice and tasty like mine. And I hope that you learned some new words today. So let me know in the comments below if you like baking and you're going to bake cookies too. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.